For this next chapter video summary, we're doing chapter 25. Some main objectives we're going to cover are debtor-creditor relations, the evolution of consumer law, and then some different federal codes of conduct. Then we're going to go over state consumer legislation, federal laws regulating consumer credit, and then some global dimensions of this. So what is a creditor? A creditor is the lender in a transaction. A debtor is the borrower in a transaction. Some rights of and remedies for creditors. There's the lien and its claim of a debtor's property that must be satisfied before any creditor can make a claim. There's mortgage foreclosure. Mortgages have a right to foreclosure on property. And then there's a suretyship and contract between a third party and a creditor that allows a third party to pay the debt of the debtor. And the last one is then the warranty. It's similar to the suretyship, except that third person is secondarily liable. So there's different types of lines. There's mechanics, artisans, and they just go over like the different types that each line is. So some goals of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code, it's to adequately distribute the debtor's property among the debtor's creditors, discharge the debtor from its debts, preserve ongoing business relations, and then stabilize commercial usage. And I mean, as we see like some of this going on with like small businesses. If people take out too much money and their business doesn't do very well, we can see then the banks would be the creditors and then the business would be the debtor, and then we see that transaction fall through. So the Federal Trade Commission's functions, it's leading a federal commissioners protection agency structure. I mean, it's composed of a chairperson and then 4 commissioners and enforce powers. So deceptive, unfair advertising is monitored by the FTC. There's different types. There's price-oriented, quality and quantity targeting, and testimonials. There's some consumer legislation, which is franchising relationships, customer warranties. So that's kind of, I mean, we all know what warranties are. If the product is defective, the company will fix it. Next thing we're going to talk about are some fair debt collection practices. So what that does is it prevents creditors from harassing consumer debtors at their places of work or home. Third party except to find out where the debtor is, debtor during inconvenient hours, or debtor in abusive, deceptive ways, so that you can't harass someone to get your money out of them. That's what that act helps with. The next are some state consumer legislation. We have the Uniform Consumer Credit Code, which aims to implement a uniform state law for consumers' credits. And the last thing we're going to talk about some global dimensions of this. It helps standardize of advertising. It's hindered by different views by consumer protection, protection of competition, standards of morality and nationalism, consumer protection. Countries differ in the amount of deception permitted in advertising, and the EU has similar approach to Section 5 of the FTCA.